Hi, and welcome to one of our manifesto special videos. I'm Roger Holman, and today I'm joined by Rob, who's going to be talking about child benefits. Another pet peeve of ours on the tax factor is the high income child benefit charge. The Conservatives have come out and said that they're increasing the band for that to 120,000, which is welcome, but they're adding an extra layer of complexity.
Yes, so the Conservatives have said that they will make it, for example, the liability to whether you're caught by the child benefit clawback or not will be based on household income, which is an improvement, because at the moment, for example, if you are a family where you just have one wage earner and that person earns £60,000 or £65,000, you're caught by it. Your neighbours could each earn £55,000, for example, and they wouldn't be caught by it. So clearly making it a household charge would be better than the present thing, but from a practical perspective, I think it's going to be very difficult to administer and to organise, and they're talking about doing it from like April 25 potentially. I just don't think they would ever have the systems in place for that to actually work effectively and efficiently on that timeline. And you know, if you ask 2028 or 2029, yes, possibly you could get it in place by then. But you know, fundamentally, our tax system and a lot of our income reporting and everything like that has been based on the idea of individual partners or individual spouses being responsible for their own income. Lots of families won't know what their partner earns. They won't want to actually have the partner know that they earn X or Y. That's private information for many people. So again, that's quite controversial, even beyond how easy it is to implement. So that's in effect also a problem. I think the other sad bit though is none of the other parties in their manifestos seem to have mentioned this in any way, shape or form. Now, given how much of an issue it is, given how ineffective and inefficient it is as a basic system, and given the fact that you can have tax liabilities of 70 or 75% if you have 3 children and are caught by this charge, it is just immoral that they're not mentioning it. Because anybody who thinks that the top layer tax should be 45%, well, it shouldn't be 70% then for people earning a lot less money just because they happen to have children and they claim the child benefit charge. And economically, it must be damaging for the UK, because some people say, well, I won't take that promotion because I'm going to be caught by the child benefit charge. But you want to maximise the economic value of people, and give people all the opportunities they can to develop. But then you're saying, actually, in the tax system, we're not doing that. We're actually kind of punishing you if you want to get promoted, if you want to work extra hours or whatever it is.
Interestingly, with the child benefit charge, there's a strange interaction with income and actually how income is recognised. And then, of course, you've got the issues with self-employed versus employed. And I know there's some issues around IR35 and national insurance.
Yes, so it's going to be quite interesting to see how things develop over the next few years, because IR35, which is the regulations about whether somebody's an employee or self-employed for tax purposes, which can be totally different from the labour law regulations. So you could, in many cases, be self-employed for labour law purposes, so no pension contributions by the employer, no paid holiday, etc. And HMRC will still come along and say, sorry, but we think you're an employee for tax purposes. And that happens a lot. At the moment, we're seeing some famous TV personalities having that discussion and debate and ongoing arguments with the courts and HMRC. Now, fundamentally, most of the parties again haven't addressed that issue of IR35. Is somebody an employee? Is somebody an employer? There's one or two suggestions here and there that they should look at, trying to merge those labour law regulations and the kind of tax regulations, so at least have some sort of consistency. And the Reform Party talks about getting rid of it totally, although then if you look at the details of how they get rid of it, for example, they say, well, it impacts sole traders. It isn't impacting sole traders in any way, shape or form. So I don't think they fully understand the legalese behind that sort of thing. But there's a bit of a mixed message there. So obviously, perhaps depending on who you're appealing to from a political perspective and things like that. But again, it's one of those things, a bit like with the child benefit charge, it's not being consistently, coherently addressed by any of the parties really. It's the sort of thing that, there's a bit of a problem, but it's perhaps a bit awkward, or we don't want to mention it, or we don't know what the solution is. So it's there, but it's not fully there.
Thanks, Rob. If you've got any questions on anything we've discussed today and how it may affect you, please get in touch using the form on this page.